Tessology Tuesdays, dolls. It's your girl Tess. What's going on? Hey, how are you guys doing? Are y'all happy today? Are you sad today? Are you stressed? Are you tired? Are you overwhelmed? Are you burnt out? I mean, it's just Tuesday. It's March 16th. It's another day God has allowed us to see. He woke us up this morning, so we're just grateful to be in the land of the living. Today, there is a book stack challenge or stack your books challenge, meaning that it's spring list. They're encouraging people, basically our readers out here, to get your book list together and see what you're going to read. Get your reading, your book clubs, or what have you together and stack your shelves. So on these series, the next few days, I'm going to talk about, no better way to discuss my own books, because I'm an author. I'm an authoress. Yes, I am. And that means I've written books. Yeah, plural books. Grateful to have done that. And it has been a challenge. Today, I'm going to talk about my TESStimony and how I got started. I'm going to actually read an excerpt, which will probably help me delve into more of who I am and my thought process and my perception on life, period. But before I began why I wrote my testimony, and there was no ghostwriter or anything needed. It was literal pen and paper on notebook paper, scratching and tearing up. Like, I don't want to say that. Nah, they're going to say something about me. No, I don't want to do that. Man, no, I don't want to share that much. I'm going to share just enough, but I'm not going to share enough. I keep them guessing. I don't feel like doing that. There were times when I even got to the computer portion, so I started typing, that I was just like, I got to like chapter 8 and I was getting a friend to read it, and I was like, what you think about it? And they were just like, it's really good. I'm like, you being biased. And I deleted everything. I was like, this is really like corny. This is mad corny, and I don't even want to put this out there, because once you put it out there, you can't retract it back. But what I have learned and continuously learning is that it is what it is. You put it out there, I own it, and that's it. That's just me. That is Tess. I put it out there. Whatever it is that you get from it, I hope it's more inspiring. But if you tend to gossip about it or whatever, but do so, share it with others so you all can gossip together and then purchase together. No problem. And if you need to gossip even more, just ask me. We can all gossip about me together so that you can at least know the truth. But whatever. So my testimony, it began, a couple of people coming to me saying, you need to share your story. And I'm just like, my story, what? I'm just talking to you loosely, and I didn't realize that it was a story to share. And then some of the things that I'm just saying just to encourage someone, they're saying, you need to say that. They're basically advising me, why don't you put it in book form and what have you, and then let somebody know. No, I'm good. I can just, everybody don't need that platform. Everybody don't need a book just to say what they need to say. But then, as time had passed, and I said, all right, let me do this. Let me at least try. Mind you, I already had another book out that I was doing on my own, but not my testimony. It was literally How to Be a Stay-at-Home Entrepreneur Mom. That's the first book that I was working on since 2006. Mind you, got published in 2020. Last year, I think. Yeah, it took 14 years. Actually, 2000, it took that long for it to get published. So, back to my testimony. I said, all right, let me go ahead and just write about it. And I don't even know where to begin. I don't even know if I'm writing properly, if it's this narrative voice, it's the first person, third person. I don't know. But I knew that I needed to start. And that is the major struggle of every author, whoever desires to write a book. Where do I begin? I get that all the time. Where did you begin? I'm like, I started. I wrote down chapter 1, and chapter 1 was there forever. I didn't know where to go after chapter 1. I'm like, what to talk about? So, speaking to the friend who basically said, why don't you just talk about the things that you say that you want how other women feel and think, or what you discuss with your students, or just talk about with your sons in general, or whomever. I was like, no, that's just on the whim. Like, I talk. I don't record. I don't remember a lot of things. I'm just saying what I need to say. But then I prayed about it. And in my dream, I kid you not, and God showed me exactly what to do. He told me to actually start one day, each day of that month. And I think it was like June or July. I can't remember. It was like start one day of the month and just write down different topics, brainstorm. So I took the month of June and I had so many topics. And I was like, okay, great. So, once you get a topic, now you can get all your thoughts. Now you can brainstorm if I needed to do a diagram and just pinpoint stuff, what I want to share, what I didn't want to share. Yeah, what have you. I did all of that. And basically, here we are. It came to fruition. And so many topics and stuff that I didn't put in. I'm like, no, I don't want to talk about that. Because sometimes you write, and especially when you're writing from a personal standpoint, and if your family is involved, it's like, oh, I'm going to hurt that person's feelings, or I'm going to, there's going to be some backlash. There's going to be some type of just disappointment or discord or what have you, especially when there are serious issues that involve family members or just even anybody or friends. You just know that once you put it out there, and there's going to be an opportunity for you to be judged, and people are going to say, oh, that wasn't true, or this didn't happen this way. But fortunately, I'm grateful that that hasn't happened to me. And I did try to seek approval, and after a while, I didn't seek approval anymore because God was the one who gave me the vision and told me what to do, and he spoke through people, and I didn't want to do it, but listening to him, he made it possible. And I said, I'm just going to do it and put it out there and go from there. And this is where I am today. So my testimonies. Here is the first one. I love my covers. I did everything myself. Come on, self. Yes, yes. And I have a remastered, and this one they're all on Amazon, on mytestimony.com, or exclusivebytess.com, or you can just simply direct message me and I can make sure that you get that autographed copy. Don't forget, y'all, to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I gotta put that plug in there. Please subscribe, and also just share with someone and who you think may need this type of these words of encouragement or anything like that. So don't forget to let people know about it. So I'm going to read, of course, here's the study guide. This study guide journal that goes along with this book. And the reason for the study guide journal is simply because, look, let me tell you who my inspirations for the study guide journal. Initially, it was Priscilla Shirer. Thank you so much, because I saw her books in the Family Life Christian store. And I was like, man, that is so cool. She has the book, and then there's the study guide journal. That was the first eureka moment. And then after that, of course, Joyce Meyer. She had one, and there was so many study guide devotionals and study guide journals she had. And I was like, okay, but really who actually got me saying, I'm about to do a study guide journal. I'm about to go through my book and pinpoint and ask the right questions for people to start pondering and to help them understand the chapters more, or to get them to write about their feelings and the thoughts, and to actually keep the notes and to retain them. Michelle Obama. Yeah, I saw that and I was like, I can do one. I can. I've already written a book, so what is it to just take out excerpts or to just ask questions to go along with the chapter and make it a study guide journal? And I did it. Hey, hello, somebody. Yes, pat yourself on the back and encourage yourself. I'm telling you, it's good. It's real good to do that. So that's where this had come from. And I was inspired. So I'm here to inspire you. You can do all things through Christ, okay? Because with God, all things are possible. All right, here we go. Don't judge me. And this is so fitting. This is one of the chapters in my book. And yeah, here we go. For years, I've struggled with the style of clothing being too sexy, too provocative, and too flashy, or so I have been told. Of course, I never felt that my attire was either of those adjectives. Who cared about what others thought about my dress? I believe I have great taste and a great sense of style. It was not until recently that a great friend explained to me how others perceived me when I dressed in a certain way. I was very hurt because I felt I was trendy and I didn't reveal my body parts. Okay? So when I applied for my second teaching job, The principal informed me that she heard great things about me. I thought to myself, great. She heard about the pageant, fundraising, the step cheerleader teams, however, I was smiling from ear to ear, thinking that she was going to give me accolades. No. She said, Contessa, your former principal warned me of your attire. I just wanted to let you know that it was mentioned to me. I was like, huh? Okay, great. Just what every woman wants to hear. I was totally confused. I didn't understand where the comment came from. I began to wonder if I was applying for a teaching job or a fashion show. I went home very distraught because no questions were asked about my teaching abilities, qualities, strengths, or weaknesses. Absolutely nothing. I couldn't figure out if I got the job or not. It was very disturbing, and I wanted to go slap off. For those who don't know, it means sharing your thoughts unequivocally. But I didn't. I knew I was more than my clothes. Later that day, the principal called to tell me that I've received the job and to come into work the following Monday for a teacher's meeting. I asked her curiously, how did I get the job? She told me that my resume spoke for itself, and despite what she heard about my attire, the good outweighed the bad. I wondered if she would have told me why I had gotten the job if I didn't ask her. I was totally confused and couldn't care less at that moment. I was more excited about the new job and a new transition in my life. Judgment can be a good and bad thing. If no one ever judged other people, there would be no real human community. In an evil world, no one can exist for long where nobody is ever held liable. Teachers wouldn't grade students' performances, citizens wouldn't sit on a jury or call a failed leader to account. We would only forgive people for what we would blame or accuse them for, and not for the wrongs they have done. And it goes on from there. So basically, let me sum this up. Judgment is a good thing. We all judge people daily. We judge what our food is going to taste like. We judge what we see. We judge books. Clearly, we judge television shows. We judge professions. We judge so many things in life. Is it good or is it bad? Hey, that's a part of life. But judging, not realizing that, be careful what you judge people for and how you judge others, because especially when you don't know them and when you have no idea who they are without getting to know them. But social media and the media itself has it to where you just judge people based off what they see because it's there. And it's that simple. But if you want to get to know somebody, please, by all means, just ask them. If you want to get to know them, by ask them or get to know them for who they are and see people the way that God sees us and that he wants us to see people. So that's my TESSology nugget for today. That's what I decided to share for today. I appreciate you all tuning in. And guess what? That's it. So I hope you all have a wonderful TESSology Tuesday. Bye, dolls. This is Contessa Jackson. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel.